Well, good morning, everybody. Glad you're here with us to get started, except we're not going to get started this morning. And I want to welcome you, but at the same time, uh, I've got to uh, let you in on some things and kind of bring you up to date. First of all, today is Monday, December the 7th. And today we remember Pearl Harbor, 1940. One, to remember the day that the Japanese, while we were at peace, attacked our Navy base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. And with this unprovoked attack, they killed more than 2,000 Americans and injured more than 1,000 Americans, others. And they sunk 4 of our battleships, damaged 7 other ships, and destroyed or damaged over 250 of our aircraft. And it plunged us into World War II. And I say all that to say that on December the 7th is a day to remember those who are really making sacrifices, those who have and those who continue to do so. And although we think that our problems are real great, and most of us or many of my friends at least that I know are upset over the election and everything else. But between the COVID and the way the election may have gone, and I know it's not over yet, the Supreme Court still has to speak. But what I'm trying to say to you, is on December the 7th, I want to remind us that my problems and perhaps even your problems are maybe really small when compared to things at large. And so the first thing I have to do this morning is to apologize to you, because I made a commitment to you, and many of you have tuned in this morning because I had said that I would start a study on the book of Revelation this morning. And I fully intended to. What I didn't intend to do was get sick. And these last 3 weeks have been kind of tough, but many people have it much worse than what Barbara and I have had it. But I do want to apologize to you, because I promised that we would start Revelation today. I've done a lot of prep on it, and I am ready to go theologically. I'm ready to go mentally. But unfortunately, I can't. And all I could do is just ask you to try to understand. First of all, I thank you for praying for Barbara and I. We were, in the last month, we were exposed at least 2 different times in very close quarters to people who tested positive for COVID. And then Barbara and I began to develop symptoms, and we fought those symptoms, and we never had, they were all classic of the COVID, but we didn't have all of them. Neither one of us ever run fever, temperature, but a lot of congestion, a lot of runny nose, a lot of feeling fatigued and losing smell, and all those classic symptoms. And so we finally, both of us together, went to see our doctor, and we got a COVID test. And praise the Lord, thankfully, that test came back negative for both of us. That's the good news, that we do not have COVID. And I can tell you that I'm not going to spread it over the computer or anywhere else, because we don't have it. And we tested negative for it. Now, and before you write and say a word, I understand that tests do not tell the whole story. And I understand that some people do not trust the test. And I've got my own roll of tinfoil. So we're still being careful. We've been self-quarantined for nearly 3 weeks now. And according to all the doctors and all the experts, they say we can go out as long as we take safety measures, and so we'll do that. But the good thing is that we didn't have it, and I just want to thank you guys for praying for us. The problem is, whatever I did have, I still have it. whatever it was is hanging on, and I'm being treated for it, and all. Don't know whether it's pneumonia. Don't know exactly what it is, but I'm having a lot of congestion, and my major problem is I can't talk more than about 3 to 4 minutes without starting coughing. And you guys don't know how I'm struggling right now to keep from coughing. And I couldn't do this study justice if I were clouding everything up with coughing. I told Barbara I'd just come on here this morning and just start coughing and show you, excuse me, what it's like. But folks, what I've got to do, and this is where I hope you will understand, I've got to give myself time to get well. I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't throw off sickness as quick as I used to. And so I'm going to have to give myself some time, because basically all I'm doing here on these podcasts, broadcasts, whatever you call it, Coffee with Doc, all I'm doing is sitting and talking. The problem is that what I'm experiencing physically is affected by the talking. And so I'm going to have to take off time to get well. And so here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm planning. I told you I've already hang on. I'm so sorry. I've already prepped for this time together in Revelation, and we're going to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and take off December from Coffee with Doc. And I have to know my limits. And I cannot tell you how much this burdens me to make a promise to you and then have to back away from it. But I am going to have to back away from it. And I'll give you a full refund for everything except for those of you who labeled it love offerings. You just gave that out of love. But if you gave expecting something in return, I'll just have to give it back to you. I don't know what else to do. Thank you for praying for us. Continue to pray for us. And if you'll keep watch on the post, I'll bring you up to date every once in a while. And we'll look forward to studying the book of Revelation together. And we'll start that. Hopefully, we'll start that the first Monday in our first Tuesday. I'm not sure. I think Monday is the first. We may wait until the second, but I'll keep you posted on that. And we'll do that. But give me another 3 or 4 weeks to get past this congestion and coughing. And I really appreciate your understanding that. And I hope you'll be encouraged. Hope you have a great Christmas season. And I hope 2021 is a whole lot better for you than 2020 was. I will tell you this. I saw, as I was in the grocery store the other day, I saw the black-eyed pea section, cans. And man, they were stocked to the ceiling. And what that tells me is they're expecting that everybody's going to eat their black-eyed peas on New Year's Day this year. Because some of you didn't do it last year. And here's what we had. So eat your black-eyed peas, but more than that, worship the Lord. And you might go ahead and start reading Revelation, because he says you're going to get blessed just by reading it. So you guys have a blessed December, a blessed Christmas. Thank you for your prayers, your continuing prayers. And we'll see you right after the first of the year. God bless you. Y'all have a great time.